brothers and sisters' side. Fight the good fight. Know that I am part of the resistance. Let's fight the power.
Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
Wear this chain with these rings. Shine that whip up and swing. Get them bad chicks to hang. Back it on up on that thing. Cause she got such a thick frame. That's a whole lot to tame. Back to the front, it's the same. But I be too quick with that game. Take it on back to that street thing. Throw them singles to their feet, man. Hands, feet, hair is done. Cause she ambitious to be the one. Rack it and run. Get the most till she's gone. Fifth gear racing the sun. To be ready for the next run. Cause her hobby is fun. Gone, girl. Get on down. Show me how them hips go around and round. When she bounce, she gon' sit on it. Hit on it. Swallow that shot, then put on it. Pick on it. She bullying my, she pick on it. I'm the first one she call cause I'm quick on it. Like the gifts of Harley, she got a kick on it. Senior class, I got girls. I kick, still got curls. Braid my hair down, edges swirl. Back like Goldie, hit the world. Show them rings off, dig my style. Always J's on, run that mile. Still ain't bangers, but I don't bang. Sometimes rhyme, then I sing. Show off the way that she bounces. That thing weigh a whole lot of ounces. She know how to make you feel it.
Welcome in, happy Thursday. And, you know, we got some shade at the U.S. Open to get into tonight for your entertainment news update. I'm Jill Munroe. This is KBLA Talk 1580, and we're going to talk about it. First up, shout out to Andy. Who is this, Andy? Because that's like, I'm feeling this.
Compton's finest.
Kendrick?
A work of art, but the girl is smart. She be breaking hearts, thick as Jordan Sparks. Champagne everywhere.
This individual sounds a little different on this record, but he's a legend. Think West Coast. When you think of West Coast, who else do you think of?
Quick, Dre. This is Quick?
DJ Quick.
No, what Quick album?
The name of this song is called Class, and it was dropped in 2023.
Okay.
So I believe it was a single. It wasn't under any album or anything like that.
But I'm a DJ Quick fan. I think Quick is underrated when we talk about the West Coast. I think Quick is an underrated producer.
100%.
Quick's interludes.
Absolutely.
Come on, the musicality in his interludes, his ear, the beats.
Absolutely.
Love DJ Quick. I've seen Quick live so many times. Always an adventure. Always an adventure. All right, like I said, it's Thursday, and, you know, we're getting into the drama from the U.S. Open between Taylor Townsend and Jelena Ostapenko. So there's a lot with that. I'm sure you guys have been hearing about it, but you know me, I like to go one level deeper, and I have a couple of, shall we call them, loose receipts to go along with this story. So we'll talk about that. We're also going to get into a Disco Queen's donations that don't quite line up with her anthem. We're talking about Gloria Gaynor. We'll talk about that. And Cardi B, we know her sophomore album is dropping in a few weeks, about 2.5 weeks. But currently, she is going to court for a civil case from an incident that took place in 2018. And if you've caught any of the clips on social media, not only does it seem like a skit or something you'd find on a parody show, it also seems to line up so well with her upcoming album launch. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But of course, you know how we do over here. There's also some things that are bubbling around the timeline that you need to be aware of. So first up, congratulations out to Travis Hunter and his wife, Leanna Lene. Well, now Hunter. You know, we're right on the cusp of the kickoff of the NFL 2025-26 NFL season. Travis is about to make his debut with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And surprise to everybody, we know they just got married a couple of months ago. But, and some were wondering if this was the case, Leanna was pregnant and she gave birth to a healthy son. They dropped it, of course, on a YouTube video, and it was titled Dear Son. So the couple kept the pregnancy private, as I feel they should have. There's a lot of social media hate. They wanted to have a peaceful, newlywed existence along with bringing their first child into the world. They've been together since high school. People have a lot of smoke for Leanna. We know this. And we'll see. Their story is still being written. So we wish them nothing but good thoughts and vibes. Congratulations on the upcoming season and their expanding family. He was the number 2 overall draft pick, and his first game is coming up against the Panthers. So big ups to them. And also in, classic hip hop radio news, for you New York East Coast fans, Hot 97 is losing one of their major voices. Not sure if it was him stepping down or being removed, but Funkmaster Flex has announced that this Monday, Labor Day, September 1st, will be his last show on the air. And he said, all things come to an end of an era that I enjoyed very much. I super enjoyed it all. I will make the last show a great one. Appreciate everyone who has supported me over the years. I think he's been there close to 30 years. It's been an extreme amount of time, so shout out to him. Also, shout out to Cayenne Anthony, Lala, and Carmelo's son. He is featured in Travis Kelce's new American Eagle campaign. Those brand deals are just miraculously popping up. Oh, the Travis and Taylor Halo effect, because they just got engaged, right? And that's been announced. So since they announced their engagement on August 26th, Travis's jersey sales have spiked 200% in a single day. It's the best since Super Bowl, one of those numbers. And Spotify has reported a 400% jump in streams of the song So High School, which is what they had as the backdrop. It's naturally one of Taylor's songs where she called herself the English teacher and him the phys ed coach. So, listen, power couple indeed. And things just keep on rolling out. When we come forward, we're going to get into this highly contested topic about Taylor Townsend and Jelena Ostapenko. All that more on the other side.
Are you ready for the hottest entertainment scoop in Los Angeles? She's bringing you exclusive interviews with today's biggest stars, behind-the-scenes Hollywood insights, and all the entertainment news you need to know. She's breaking down what's trending, what's ending, and what's just beginning in the world of entertainment. You're riding with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Rinse it out.
Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out.
Pouring down in the rinse shade.
Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash, it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you ready to be a part of the conversation that will help shape our nation's future? Get ready to join us for the Left Coast Forum, Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech, where progressive voices will come together to tackle the issues that matter most to working families across Los Angeles and beyond. From economic justice to climate action, from healthcare to housing, we're bringing together the brightest minds and most passionate advocates for real solutions and real change. With workshops, 2 major keynote addresses, and a closing reception with great music and good food. It's the Left Coast Forum, where your voice matters and your ideas take action. Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech. Brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the LA Progressive. The future won't wait, and neither should you. Mark your calendar now to be there and be heard. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details.
Now back to more entertainment news with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Welcome back in. It's Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. So, of course, if at any point you want to join the conversation, 800-920-1580. We are also available on social media where you can cast your opinions and thoughts and shared wisdom there. KBLA 1580. I'm at Stiletto Jill. Download the app, you know that, and get into the YouTube chat room. They chatting, y'all. Shout out to them. So, before we get into the Taylor, Jelena story, I wanted to remind you guys, I meant to do this last week, but I'm doing it now. Check out on Netflix, if you're a Cowboys fan or a Cowboys hater, however you want to look at it, there's a new Netflix docuseries. It's 8 episodes called America's Team, The Gambler and His Cowboys, right? And it covers the Dallas Cowboys 90s dynasty, which, you know, that's Michael Irvin, that's Deion was there. It was a lot going on with the Cowboys in the 90s, baby. That was such an interesting team. So much like the Lakers and, well, you know, it's only about the Lakers for me, but the Celtics set the pace for a lot of things in the 80s, the tone and so forth. The dynasty of the 90s Cowboys is a story that you want to tap into, especially we know that the drama continues up until today.
Yeah.
Andy, what's up?
No, I was just going to say it's great that, you know, that documentary drops considering the news of today. If you guys are unaware, Micah Parsons, he and Jerry have seemingly, Jerry Jones, who is the owner of the Cowboys and has been for quite some time, very flamboyant owner type showman. They've been having, you know, a little public discourse about Micah's role with the team and so forth. And today, right before the season kicks off, you know, we're about 7 days out, Micah was traded to the Packers, I believe. Yes.
And so, you know, long-suffering Cowboys fans, it is my understanding that the suffering continues with this move. Like, they not happy. I don't know, because I'm a Rams fan.
First
so.
Luka, now Micah.
You know, Dallas, y'all hearts.
Man.
But listen, much like, yeah, Luka's gone, but I feel like Dallas, the Mavs, I'm not speaking on the Cowboys, the Mavs are rolling into the new season looking a little nice. You know, like things to look forward to.
I don't know when Kyrie's going to come back. I think he's going to miss a couple of games of the season considering his injury. But, I mean, with Cooper Flag and AD, as long as AD can stay healthy, they still got they still have some big pieces. They're definitely going to be a competitor in the West for sure.
So, you know, once again, shout out to my guy, Nico Harrison. Worked with him at Nike. I am a fan. So, big ups. I want to see Nico succeed. Just not more than the Lakers, but you know how that is. Okay, so are you guys tennis fans? Let's start there. Taylor Townsend is ranked 139th in the world. I'm not saying that is shade. I am just giving you all of the information and facts that go along with this story, right? So, as we know, second round of the U.S. Open taking place in New York. Taylor Townsend, she's 29 years old, a Chicago native, lives in Atlanta right now. Taylor is known for speaking her mind. She is not trying to play games as far as the establishment. She's not one that is going to really hold her tongue in manners. Right? She has been on the circuit for about 12 years. She's had more success in doubles than in singles. So that's probably why you have never heard of her, or maybe limited as far as being aware of her. Jelena Ostapenko, she has a little more established as far as the singles game goes. We'll talk about their head-to-head matchups when you hear the audio from this match. But in this U.S. Open second round, Taylor beat her 7-5, 6-1, right? After the match, there were some words exchanged at the net. Instead of a handshake, there was dialogue, very animated dialogue, right? So here are some things that you should know about Jelena as a player. It is my understanding, because I consulted a good friend, because I watch tennis, but I will openly admit I really focus on the players that I like and that I'm aware of. And like, for example, early in the rounds, I didn't catch this match. I caught some of the stuff after the fact because I wasn't aware really of either player, but that's neither here nor there. What I have found out through speaking to some of, like I said, my friends that are heavily into tennis, is that she has a reputation for being a nasty piece of work, right? Mouth to anybody. Anybody can get it. She's not a pleasant individual. She pops off and talks junk to everybody. All right. I'm setting that stage up. Now, what happened yesterday is, like I said, instead of a respectable handshake, Ostapenko told her, "You have no class, no education. Let's see what happens outside the U.S." Right? Townsend's clapback came, well, we don't know what she was saying to her, really. We know a little bit. Like I said, Taylor is not one to be known to be PC or to sort of fall in line when it comes to tennis and things. Not saying she lacks professionalism or anything close to what this woman was implying, but she's not known to sort of fold. So, having set the stage, right, let's hear what Taylor had to say immediately following the match.
Congratulations, fiery match start to finish. We'll get to it all. Can you fill us in on the conversation you were having with Jelena out there?
Yeah, I mean, it's competition. People get upset when they lose, and some people say bad things. She told me I have no class, I have no education, and to see what happens when we get outside the U.S. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I beat her in Canada outside the U.S. I beat her in New York outside the U.S. So let's see what else she has to say.
You were down 5-3, won 9 straight games. What changed for you?
Honestly, I just locked in. I mean, she was playing really well at the beginning, and, when she was playing well, I didn't say anything. And so that just shows class. I mean, sometimes people are playing too good, and you have to just take it. But I turned it up another level, and that's what I'm most proud of today.
Fire from the crowd as well. What did this crowd, we saw it in your first round as well, give you today?
Yeah, I mean, I love this crowd so much, and they were cheering for me from start to finish, even when Alana was playing well, and the crowd was cheering for her too. I mean, she was hitting some amazing shots. But this is what I live for.
So, having said that, she immediately said, this chick's just a sore loser, right? You should also know that Jelena, English is not her first language, okay? So she was pointing out initially when they were arguing something that she didn't like that Taylor did at the net. That was her first issue before the conversation further escalated. Also, she was annoyed because she felt that Taylor, this is the no education, no class part. She's really talking about etiquette, she feels for whatever reason Taylor doesn't have proper tennis etiquette, partially because she came out early and was practicing in warm-ups. Now, having said that, in the post-conference, which we'll hear, Taylor basically was asked the question if she thought it was racist, and she said no. She said that she believed that, this woman is she's just a sore loser. She's just nasty work, right? And again, that is her reputation. I do believe that. However, having said that, I do at times, and not knowing anything personally about this woman outside of, by this woman I mean Jelena, the points that were ticked off to me, I do tend to think that when people get a chance to humble, I say that with air quotes, a black woman, they will try. So having said that, meaning she may be a raging BI to everyone, but sometimes they take explicit extra steps to try and dig into someone like, a black woman, because they might secretly have thoughts in the back of their mind. I don't know that to be true for fact, but obviously that's what a lot of people feel was happening here. To say that someone has no education and no class, those are low blows. Those are words meant to humble people, period, even though English is their second language. So this is what Taylor followed up with in the post-conference. So let's take a listen.
I can't speak on what her intentions were. I can only speak on how I handled the situation. And how I handled it is someone who's upset about the outcome that occurred. You lost, and you're upset about that. Saying I have no education and no class, I don't really take that personally, because I know that it's so far from the truth. The thing that I'm the most proud of is that I let my racket talk, because ultimately I'm the one here sitting in front of you guys, moving on to the next round, getting the next check, moving on, being able to still be here and speak to you guys. And that's what's the most important. She's packed up and she's gone.
So for me, first up, great media training, Taylor, right? But as I said, as far as Taylor goes, she's never been one to sort of fall in line. She has had a tougher row to get to where she is, because she is not one known to fall in line and kind of play by maybe antiquated standards and rules. People have talked about her weight and tried to encourage her to lose more weight earlier in her career. So there have been things. And I'm saying that to say, do I think that she would say, oh, I don't think it was racism, if she felt that it was? She doesn't seem to be that type of individual, and her history doesn't show that. Having said that, she was very professional in how she approached it, how she spoke on the incident. So we'll have to see. But obviously, everybody else is outraged. And I can't blame them, because, again, my feeling is always, oh, she's cool, but, and that but always depends on the context, the circumstance, and a certain bit of nuance that comes along with that, because, the underlying thought process is, oh, she ghetto, automatically. Andy?
What this shows me is that she's probably heard far more worse than that.
I mean, in the world of tennis, I would imagine, yeah.
And I just think being an athlete, period, from mini tykes, 3, 4, 5 years old, and you playing all the way into adult life, I'm sure you done heard some things, and I'm sure you done came across some sore losers and that said some crazy things. So this is nothing.
Right.
This is a nothing burger. I know there's calls for, like, what's her name, the white lady, to get, like, punishment or something like that. I don't know. But I will say, I think that Miss Townsend, she handled this the best way that anybody could. And like she said, old girl lost. It is what it is. I'm still playing. Why y'all tripping? You feel me?
I'm stepping up. Morris Phillips in the chat says, did you know that she was a mom? I did. She is a mother. And, after she had her child, some things as far as her tennis style and her outlooks shifted once that happened. So, again, she has been plugging away for a minute, more success on the double side than the single side. And, now, is this someone that I'm saying keep your eye on? She got next. You never know what can happen, but I'd say just watch and enjoy what we have right here. And if you want to tap in, follow the journey. But I know why we sound the alarm, because people play in our face all of the time. But I also think that it is important that when we have these conversations, we bring the full context and situations, past and present, into play to have the conversation so that it makes sense, so that we are dealing with all of the facts and not just using, recency bias or something that we just know about right now and cause the conversation to veer off in a direction that's not really productive or is going to help us. So that's my thing. No defense of, like I said, I do think there's a partially of racism sprinkled into her commentary, but for the most part, this is her behavior no matter the opponent. So look, when we come forward, more trending topics and headlines, you are locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580, News, Traffic, and Sports.
What you saying to me is a gangster? No, I'm not. You's a gangster. No, I'm not. You's a gangster. Bang, bang, biggity, bang, the bang, boogie to the boogie, bang, biggity, bang. What you saying to me is a gangster? No, I'm not. You's a gangster. No, I'm not. You a gangster. Just cause I kick it with killers don't mean that I do it. My occupation's a musician and I'm staying true to it. I went from being a rider to being a provider.
You're in the know with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Authorities say the 23-year-old behind yesterday's Catholic school shooting in Minneapolis was fueled by hate, targeting multiple groups, including blacks, and idolizing past school shooters.
There's evidence of hate. As I mentioned, the shooter expressed hate towards many groups.
2 children, ages 8 and 10, were killed, while 15 kids and 3 adults were wounded. Timbaland is responding to singer Bryson Tiller's claim that he told him to quit his job, then stopped responding, admitting he encouraged Tiller to focus on music, but denies abandoning him. He said he was focused on Tink at the time and questioned if Tiller wanted to be an artist, though he still calls Tiller one of the best today. And the gun and holster used in Emmett Till's 1955 murder are now on display at the 2 Mississippi museums. Donated by a local family, the artifacts are part of an exhibit detailing Till's killing, which helped spark the civil rights movement. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
In Baldwin Park on the 10 heading eastbound before the 605, it is a mess. A stall is blocking the second lane from the left, so it is brake light city from Temple City Boulevard. In Compton on the 91 heading eastbound before Central Avenue, a crash is in that right shoulder, putting a dent in your commute from Avalon Boulevard.
Compassion sponsorship means food, healthcare, education, and more for a child in poverty. And there are thousands of kids who've been waiting over a year. End their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Text the word radio to 83393.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The World Tennis Association, the governing body for professional and amateur tennis, does not like bad behavior from its players. Daniil Medvedev of Russia was fined $42,500 for his behavior at the U.S. Open during his first-round loss Sunday night. It's debatable whether Jelena Ostapenko should get a similar fine for her conduct Wednesday night towards Taylor Townsend. but Ostapenko deserves some type of significant punishment for telling Townsend, an African-American from Chicago, that she has no class and no education. The comments from Ostapenko, a native of Latvia, were disrespectful, not in the spirit of sportsmanship, and racially insensitive. Townsend dismissed the racial overtones of the confrontation, but the WTA and U.S. Open should not dismiss Ostapenko's behavior. If they do, that says an awful lot about the culture in tennis. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
At the tone, please record your message.
You ready? Drop it! Mr. Tavis Smiley, preach it. Thank you, man. Politics in this country is crazy. You put things in perspective that even I didn't. The right is playing fast and loose with facts and scapegoating everyone under the sun, especially black and brown people. As a white man, I do not agree with this, and I am on my black and brown brothers and sisters' side. Fight the good fight. Know that I am part of the resistance. Let's fight the power.
Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
Thinking about going electric? Now is the perfect time. Electric vehicles cost less to run, don't need gas, and need fewer repairs than gas-powered cars. You can also save with federal and state tax credits, and in some areas, qualify for rebates on home charging stations. To learn more, visit www.breathesocal.org. That's www.breathesocal.org.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything! The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu!
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach, transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal, prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Time to get funky and radical hip as I get to the point. Rock this funky joint. Wait a sec, the teacher's got to check the intellect, but I'm a stepped in, didn't give you it, but give you what? The B, the or, the T, I often come to dish it up, but must I be just enough to manifest the fabric, mathematics, black be that of Asiatic, rock the doing, subtract the static, then that you rock into my my way of life, and this be that of Islam. I take my time, think before I manifest the rhyme. Sharp and accurate to stop the music on a dime. Knowledge me a cappella, wisdom G, I'm manifesting. Understanding, understood, so there's no need for I keep you guessing. Follow me now, see, I be rocking.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. It is Throwback Thursday. That's Poor Righteous Teachers. Rock this funky joint. 90? 91? You know, I always play this game with Andy Ware. I'm trying to see how sharp my memory is if I remember when these songs dropped. I'm pretty good at it. So listen, while he's doing that, since it's Throwback Thursday, 89. I was close. 90, 89. That's kind of really the same thing because singles worked forever at that time period. You know, it's the same vibe, same feeling. We were rocking our red, black, and green medallions. You know, all the license plates said respect and protect the black woman, love and support the black man, Egyptian musk oil.
What changed? That seems like a so peaceful era. Respectful and everything, huh?
Gangster rap.
Ooh,
I don't know.
I can't believe you said it. I know Common mentioned that too.
I mean, you know, like I have seen debates online that talk about, I don't know if you guys, well, I'm sure you guys are familiar with C. Dolores Tucker. She was one of the voices that was heavily against hip hop, especially Death Row Records. There are it's a deeper conversation, one we can get into another time, because she started off in politics. There were some accusations, I should say, thrown her way as far as being a slumlord and things of that nature. But she proclaimed she was, you know, being slandered and set up because politics can be a dirty game, and she was a black woman. So again, that's a longer conversation, but she maintained that hip-hop would be the downfall of, you know, the black family. And some people feel like she wasn't wrong.
What you think, Joe?
I think it's a complicated thing. I think that, one, in hindsight, I do understand some of the things that she was pointing out, because for me, it was always, you know, Queen Latifah, who you calling a B? Most of y'all not talking to me, you talking to her. That's whoever right. Her is, right? And sometimes her is a B, right? That's just life. So I wasn't up in arms about some of the things in the music that maybe we should have been a little more focused in on. I think that, you know, Flash has always been a thing for us as a community. It is part of our secret sauce. But I think that some of the elements that we drew heavily into as far as the imagery has continued to do a number on us. I think those $200 date debates are a direct lineage of, you know, the excess that we see in music videos. And again, I grew up on Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, right? I like things. I like to do things. Do not use your budget for me. I am not where that should lie, right? But at the same time, I do think this over focus on money, especially at younger ages, when you should just be working on getting to know each other and setting yourself up. You should not be expecting, like, I'm not saying nice things, like a dude, he can get you something for your birthday if you guys are 20, but it should, you know, he doesn't have to give you the bust down plain Jane. Do you know what I'm saying? That stuff is ridiculous. Oh, he should play all my bills. What, like, come on, be for real. But at the same time, again, you will not have your budgetary crisis falling on me and how you expect to treat me. If you can't reach the top shelf, darling, get something on the lower shelf. That's just how that goes. But we should not be so materialistic. It's a long way to say it's complicated and a deeper conversation. There were some conversations that were right. There was some double talk within that. And there are some things that just as young people, we couldn't have envisioned happening. So that is kind of how I look at it. So shout out to DJ Sweet in the chat, she agrees. She said gangster rap came in. I mean, really, guys don't sing love songs no more. Nobody wants to stand out in the rain singing. You think that's a sucker move, and not that some people weren't calling it a sucker move back then too, but it was fly to be smooth. It wasn't we don't love them souls. So, it is what it is, man. Bring love back. And, like Ice Cube said, a B is a B. So if I'm poor or rich, she know it. I talk in the exact same pitch. Some of y'all deserved it. All right, so Gloria Gaynor, speaking of, throwbacks, it is Throwback Thursday. Shout out to me and my cross-colors gear. I Will Survive was an anthem. It was an anthem for women in the 70s. It certainly was inspirational in the LGBTQ community, right? Still a karaoke staple, right? Somebody gonna sing it. Disco. But recent FEC filings show that since 2016, meaning the first go-round of 1DT, Gloria Gaynor has donated nearly $22,000 to Republican candidates and groups. That revelation surfaced after she was invited to the Kennedy Center by Donald Trump to perform, right? And again, we always talk about this. You are certainly entitled to do whatever it is that you want to do with your choices, with your money, with your life. But in what we have seen happen in the last few years, especially, just in the last 6-8 months, people are questioning how you can comfortably go and support these individuals when we're seeing what they're doing to, all of us, right? It's kind of crazy. Do we have time for the call, Andy, or should we do it? Okay. All right, so we got a caller on the line, Eric from Carson. He wants to get in on this Gloria Gaynor topic. What's good, Eric? How are you?
Hey, Jill. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
So Gloria Gaynor is only a few years older than my mother. She's 81. And the song I Will Survive, her signature song, came out in my birthday month, October of 1978. And so this song...
You're a Libra?
I am a Libra.
Libra gang, you already know. Hey, Eric, man, I know I rocked with you.
That
I knew you were a cool person already.
So much about you, Eric. But continue.
So, thank you. So the song, her signature song, was about a prior love of hers. And so the LGBTQ community adopted this song as their anthem. And so she didn't sing this song for them. She sung it for a prior love. And so she's donated these thousands of dollars that you mentioned to the MAGA Republicans. And prior to Trump being reelected this second time, every Trump supporter that I speak to, even my African-American compadres, they all liked Trump because they felt like he helped their bottom line, their pocket. And so I think Gloria Gaynor is operating from the same spectrum, and that's her prerogative if that's what she wants to do, and that's my contribution.
Well, Eric, we certainly appreciate that. Very succinct for the evening. I mean, my thought is this. Look, Andy's funny. Listen, again, it is your choice how you move in politically, in whatever space, obviously, right? That is one of the things that, excuse the terminology, made America what it is, right? One of the things. The ability to choose, freedom of speech within reason, and all of the things that we speak about, right? But once again, currently, you talk about the money being put in pockets and things of that nature. How is money going to be put in pockets when tariffs are being, placed on things that we utilized every day. We don't realize how many products, even if they're made in America, might have parts that still come from someplace else. So there's a hit that's going to come, right? What about your fresh produce? Are y'all going to get out there and make sure that every table has lettuce and vegetables and almonds and your avocado? Are you? I'm wondering about the positioning, right? There's got to be some sort of balance, or as close to it as we can get. I know realistically the idea of balance is far-fetched, but there's got to be something that's going on. She can do what she wants to do. She is a woman of a certain age, but being that she is a woman of a certain age, she has been through the civil rights movement, the first go-round. She knows where we came from. Is that really what you want us to revert back to? That's all I'm saying. Eric?
Can you hear me, Jill?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, they played this song all the time. And so I'm only, I'm not going to say my age, but I'm 7 years older than Andy. And so that being the case, I feel like I'd expect more from a black woman. She's like my mother, a black woman, a woman of her seniority. I just would expect more than to be this, to be a supporter of the MAGA Republicans. I don't understand it. I'd have to sit down with her and take her to lunch and let her explain to me how you could support this platform. I don't get it.
I mean, I don't get it as well. When we come forward, we're going to get into more details of that, and we're going to get into a little Cardi B, all that and more.
You're riding with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Founded in Los Angeles in 1986, litigation powerhouse Quinn Emanuel has deep roots in the Los Angeles community. Since 2007, we have litigated some of the largest fires on the West Coast. We are proud to be the only AmLaw 100 firm in the country to represent wildfire victims, giving affected individuals, families, and businesses the same focus and individualized attention we devote to our Fortune 500 clients. BTI Consulting has repeatedly recognized Quinn Emanuel as among the 4 law firms in-house counsel least like to oppose in any litigation, and we are often deemed the most feared. And after securing over $80 billion for our clients in various matters firm-wide, we understand why. If you have been affected by the recent wildfires in Altadena and the Palisades and would like to discuss your situation further, please contact wildfire support at QuinnEmanuel.com or call us at 213-443-3050. Quinn Emanuel is proud to sponsor Conversation Live Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has WorkSource centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewdd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Welcome back in. You're on with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. All right, Eric, what are your final words on the topic?
Yeah, I just wanted to, kind of tie in something that I said that about the LGBTQ community. They were offended because the MAGA administration is against them, and so they felt like they supported her, and so therefore with her song, so they're kind of like made her relevant in this era,
Mm-hmm.
and so that she kind of, turned her back on them by, being a part of the MAGA administration. And the truth is, like I said, the song was about a prior love of hers. It was not about that community, but at the same time, that community made her relevant. So it's kind of a slap in the face. It's kind of a disrespect to that community. It's a disrespect to African Americans for somebody with this type of history, meaning, she's from, the song came out in 1978, for her to be thinking about herself. And that's how I'm going to phrase it. She's thinking about herself and her money.
Thank you so much, as always, Eric. We appreciate you. We got JW from South Central LA on the line. What are your thoughts on Gloria Gaynor, JW?
Hey,
Real
how
quick.
you doing?
Hey.
Real fast. I was listening to Dr. Equality last night, and they referenced it as well. But one of the main factors they did allude to at the very beginning is that she's really religious because of her age factor. One of the guys that was on I guess on the show, that he lived close to her in New York and knew her personally for years. But the point is, he knew that she was highly religious, and just because of the abortion aspect as well, and the gay issue.
Okay. Well, thanks for that input, JW. Listen, Gloria's entitled to do what she wants to do at 81 years old, but, can't say we love it. All right. Cardi B, she's in court, right? Over 2018 incident, a civil suit. It happened in Beverly Hills while she was pregnant with her oldest daughter, Culture, at the office for her OBGYN, right? The plaintiff is Imani Ellis, and she alleged that Cardi that she was excited because she was in the elevator with Cardi B, and she said her name loud, and that Cardi started hurling slurs at her and scratched her in the face and all of these things, and the woman ended up being fired from the job she worked at in some capacity at the medical office. And now she's suing Cardi for $24 million, right? Cardi has been giving fashion jokes and new wigs daily. She was asked about her wigs on the stand. The lawyer claimed that he didn't understand. She also was asked about her heritage because she was accused of body shaming the woman and calling her the N-word. They asked what Cardi's background was. She said she's Afro-Caribbean, right? And basically, looks like the woman is kind of maybe stretching the truth. Cardi at the time believed the woman was filming her, but she said she never touched her. She didn't spit on her and, call her the N-word. However, as the woman maintains, there was some type of, altercation as far as words going back and forth, which another woman at the office came out and stepped in between. The doctor said that he did not, the doctor's office that she was at, notice any injuries on this woman. But once again, Cardi's been asked about her wig on the stand. She's been asked about how she knew the woman was bigger than her. And it's all comedy. It looked like a sketch. Cardi was like, I have eyes, look at her. And of course, there was laughter in the courtroom. There's more clips like that hopping around out there. Now, remember, Cardi's new album is called Am I the Drama? Like, this seems like perfectly set up. It's not, but it feels like it's perfectly lined up as pre-promo for the album. Also, people have been talking mess about Cardi. There's rumors people are trying to say that she might be with child for Stephon Diggs. We'll talk about that in a second. Not really, but a little bit. So again, all of the controversy. September 19th, Cardi even took to Spaces and said, I'm a single mother with 3 kids, making fun of the rumors that say that she is going to be evicted from her mansion. She's losing money, all of these things. So she's playing into them and saying, buy my album, buy the packages, and support a hardworking single mother that's down on her luck right now. So the question is, will you? All right? Listen. Thank you for locking in each and every Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Shout out to everybody that weighed in on the Gloria Gaynor topic, because clearly everybody had a lot to add about that one. It's almost a holiday weekend, you guys. What are you doing? Share your thoughts with me. Is this the last weekend for barbecue? Do we put barbecue down after Labor Day? Is that what goes down? I just want to know these things. So let's discuss, let's share. And I'll be back tomorrow, 6 p.m., of course, to get you started. Coming up next, the voice of reason, Zoe Williams.
Options, stripping to lose. Used to dance in a club right across from my school. I said dance now. Don't get it confused. Had to set the record straight cause it's love to assume. Mama couldn't give it to me, had to get it in shoes. Lord only knows how I got it in shoes. I was covered in dollars, now I'm dripping in jewels. So play with my money, might as well spit in my food. Hating my guts, now they say we was cool. Went from making tuna sandwiches to making the news. I started speaking my mind and tripping my views. Real, only thing fake is the boobs. Get money, go hard, motherfucking right. Never been a fraud in my motherfucking life. Get money, go hard, damn fucking right. Stun on these out of motherfucking spite. Ain't no running up on me, went for nothing to glory. I ain't telling y'all to do it, I'm just telling my story. I don't hang with these cause these be corny. And I got enough bras, y'all ain't gotta support me. I went from rag to riches, went from wig to lint. Only person in my fam to see 6 figures. The pressure on your shoulders feel like boulders. When you gotta make sure that everybody's straight. Stab you in your back while they smiling in your face. Talking crazy on your name, trying not to catch a case. I waited my whole life just to shit on. Climb to the top floor so I could spit on. Said I was just trying to chill and make bangers. Tell all these old they in danger. The thing on my hip whip, it's in the shape. That's what I call a waist trainer. You gon' run up on who and do what? I think y'all got your story screwed up. I came here to bar, is you nuts? I don't want your punk man, I'm too tough. I'm the one that's killing hands down. If you got a problem with me, say it now. Cause I don't wanna hear no sneak dissing, especially not from one you weak. I'm on go like I don't see no stoplights. I'm stepping out.